Yo, man.
I didn't really have the patience to cook the risotto long enough, so
You nuked it?
well, no, I didn't nuke it. I just didn't want to wait for it to,
Broil?
so it's a little room temperature / slightly chill in the center, but it's still just as fucking good. So yo, man.
So you...
Bum Rush podcast, man.
I know, dude. I figured if it was any time, it was going to be right now. Because
So,
right now we're in the middle of the classic movie, Ready to Rumble,
which
man.
I've never seen till now.
Right.
And I'm not really regretting putting off seeing this for so long.
No, it is
Pretty shitty, dude.
It's a pretty shitty movie, dude. But it's one of those ones, if you watch it 6-7 times, it's one of those things that's like an earworm and it just gets stuck in your head and you start saying stupid shit from it.
You've seen this 6 or 7 times?
Yeah, totally, dude. There used to be a lot of times where I used to say, "I will rule you," like
Wow.
a horrible Jimmy the King. I only say that when I'm like being oppressive towards people under me.
People under you?
People under me.
So, give me an example.
Well, I don't want to jump into examples here, but
You talking about ladies?
well, there's a very broad spectrum.
When you're in the top position, you're like,
Yeah.
I will rule you.
Yeah, and then I dropped the fucking the double axe handle fucking drop from the top rope.
From the top rope?
Yeah, on their head.
Oh, you mean when you're like in training?
No, in real life, bro.
When you're trying to hit it and
Yeah.
you're like
Yeah.
before we get to hitting it.
Yeah.
Before I rule your vagina.
Yeah. Let me
I'm
find
gonna
a
double
top
axe-
rope,
Let me
bitch.
find a top rope in this room and double axe handle you.
Yeah. There's always top ropes to be found, man.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And then right before, I just say, "Shush!
Hush, please. You
What?
see,
It's
some of us pump, and some of us slump. You should try some pump, Rusty. It might clear up your acne.
I hope it does, man. I need to do some of that pump. But then I do too much of that pump.
Too much of that pump.
Too much of that pump.
Some of that pump coffee.
Yeah. Well, I had some of that pump coffee this morning, man.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, over at the
water bagels.
water bagels with the I think there were some ladies of the night who were ladies of the morning that were out front.
Really?
Possibly. Or else they were just women who like to wear really big platform shoes and really short
Hey man, streetwalkers gotta get breakfast too, right?
I know, man. And then what a better place than a bagel place.
Of course.
When I'm out fucking
Where else to pick up John's but water bagels?
right, they figured they had me. There was quite a nice little fucking thing walking through while I
Were
was
they
there.
out front?
They were out
When I
front.
picked you up,
Yeah.
I thought those were. I was like, "What's going on with these two ladies out in front
Yeah.
of water bagels?"
Yeah, they came in there while I was sitting there drinking my coffee, eating my fucking bagel.
You just assume any kind of attractive woman in high heels at a water bagel spot happens to be a prostitute.
But there was two of them. No, I think
There was 2 of them.
I think they might have came from the Riverside Corral and doing the super early shift.
Oh, and they were like, "It's bagel time."
Yeah, they're like, well, I need a little bagel to fucking
get some-
counteract
Let's
some
get
of
some
this.
side action going on here because I
Right.
don't get paid near enough at the Riverside Corral.
Well, yeah, it's not fucking
Located
prime
at
time.
6th and Tacoma in beautiful, overcrowded Selwood, Oregon.
Yeah, thanks for that one. Yeah, buttholes in your construction.
All these rich white people
Yeah,
pushing out us poor white people.
right, dude. They're gonna
Before
do
long,
it.
I'm gonna end up having to move to Gresham.
No,
'cause
dude, you're gonna go to Milwaukee. You're gonna
Milwaukee.
You're going down the max. You're gonna end up.
I'm gonna end up in Milwaukee.
You're gonna end up in Milwaukee, and you're gonna end up in Oregon City, and they're gonna throw your ass in Canby.
They're gonna
Canby is
outprice
gonna
me.
be the shit. Canby is gonna be the thing. You're gonna end up in
like
fucking
5
Canby.
or 6 years, Canby's gonna be the new Selwood.
Yeah, there's gonna be the max that goes from Wilsonville and it's gonna go. Wilsonville is gonna go out to Canby, and the Oregon City when the Max goes out there, that Max is gonna go to Canby, and Canby's gonna be this new hub of fucking rural shit. I haven't thought of that until just right now.
I've never even heard. I mean, I've heard of Canby. I've never been to Canby. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what Canby is.
Dude, it's
Is it like
I have a homie that lives out there.
in Canby?
In Canby, dude, and I used to deliver mail almost out there.
So, like, if Milwaukee is the next Selwood, Canby is the next Milwaukee. So
Oregon
I should just
City
go
is the
straight to
next
Canby
Milwaukee.
and jump 2 cities at a time. Stay that much further ahead of the rich people
Right, so like if you jumped from
who are fucking
From
up our
Selwood
neighborhoods
to
and
Milwaukee.
destroying houses and building new fucking mansions over
Yeah.
old 100-year-old houses.
the Milwaukee people
Like
are
the
getting
pricks
pushed
they
to
are.
Gladstone, and the Gladstone people are getting pushed to Oregon City. Oregon City people are getting pushed out to Canby, and the Wilsonville people on that side of the river, on the west side of the river, they're getting pushed up to Canby because Canby meets in the middle. Like Canby is like meets where the Willamette River meets, like down below.
Kind of near Westland.
Yeah, south of Westland,
Okay.
along the Willamette River.
I kind of know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I rarely leave this.
You don't need to, man. Like
So all these suburbs
out there,
cities
it's
are, like,
it's deep
big to me.
suburbs, dude. It's deep suburbs, and that's gonna be the new shit. Like, that's where all the cowboy bars and shit are.
Really?
There's cowboys and
Cowboys?
cowboys come out to even Oregon City, like on Friday and Saturday nights. They'll come out there because it's the
From where?
closest town.
Farms and pastures. And
Yeah, farms and
outskirts?
pastures of Canby, Estacada, Molalla.
What does an
Molalla.
Estacada cowboy do day to day? Raise
There's
livestock?
timber and livestock.
Okay.
There's a timber mole out there. They used to have concerts and stuff out there, but now it's more like. Were you the one that was talking about Bagby earlier?
I mentioned it. Yeah.
It's
I
kinda
think
out
I'm the only
that
person
way.
you've encountered in the last fucking 13 hours. So yeah, it was
So,
probably me.
Probably you. And I know a guy, man, who did some stuff out in the Estacada, and they call Estacada Incestacada. If you don't
Really?
know that, yeah.
See, I ain't no Oregon boy. I'm a Texas boy, man.
Yeah.
I don't know the ins and outs of all these
I'll
small towns
let
like
you know
do.
the incest and outs
Incestacada.
of Oregon. Yeah,
I
Incestacada.
guess Incestacada is the equivalent of Center Point, Texas.
Center Point, Texas has a lot of
Oh, I don't know. I mean, yeah. I would
allegedly.
imagine.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, a lot of incest goes on in Center Point. Yeah.
Is that like how far away from San Antonio? 'Cause you didn't live in San Antonio.
I did as a young buck, but then we moved to the hill country and like when I was like 10 or 11, and there's like 3 main cities. There's like Kerrville, Fredericksburg, and Comfort. As if Comfort's really that big, it's really only 1,200 people. But Center Point's between Comfort and Kerrville, equidistant. It's about like it's a 20-mile trip between Comfort and Kerrville. So like Center Point's in between, 10 miles out.
Kind of in the middle.
And Center Point's like the serious dub T resides in Center Point.
Oh, okay.
But as far as San Antonio, like you'd have to drive an hour to get to San Antonio from Kerrville or Comfort. Probably less, like more like 45 minutes from Comfort. But
So it's like a Salem to Portland.
yeah, pretty much.
'Cause-
Maybe a little shorter even.
So then maybe
But
let's
the highway is like massive. It's like I-10. It's not like that narrow ass.
Like I-5?
The highway that goes to Salem is narrow.
it's
and-
I-5.
Well, it's narrow. It's like 2 lanes for
Yeah.
a lot of the stretch. So you get there. It takes longer, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. But
It's Salem. You know what's in Salem? There's
fucking wrestling.
Kaiser, and I don't want to be killing all these towns that we used to fucking.
Kaiser's cool. I did Kaiser.
I do too.
I like
did.
the Lions Club, dude. It was a good,
Dude, the
good
Lions
group
Club
right
is the shit. I would go back to
there.
the
I enjoyed
Lions
the Lions
Club
Club.
and fucking do
Good
shit
times,
there
great
all the
memories,
time.
man.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that building. It was fun. The people were very cool. They
Yeah.
were very open to getting involved and letting themselves go and enjoy the show of when we did BOA shows there. I was into it.
Dude, they were there, man. They were there.
I don't even think this mic's picking up because I'm looking at this line on the computer.
No, see, it's picking up a little
bit.
bit.
Well, that's because I raised my voice. See, if I'm just talking normal, it doesn't pick up. But if I go like this, then it's really fucking loud.
But I can turn it up. I can turn it up in post.
Okay. Post?
In post. What I have to call Windows Movie Maker. Okay. Which I call post-production.
So, on the subject of production, being a producer...
producer?
We may not even put out the podcast we did before because, frankly, I thought it kind of sucked.
Right.
But the thing to take away from it was, I watched Encino Man while I ate my breakfast. I hadn't seen it in forever. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. And the standout actor in Encino Man...
That we
all
both
the best
said.
Lines,
you and I both
said, without even, like, consolidating our views beforehand, aka pre-hand.
Yeah.
Was the guy, I think his name Matt is the name of the character?
His name is Matt.
But his name is Mike DeLuise.
Yeah.
Michael DeLuise, son of Dom DeLuise, come to find out.
Yeah,
and the bottom line is if we're going to grow this podcast past 9 subscribers, we need a celebrity guest on the show.
Right.
And who better than Michael DeLuise?
Yeah, someone that we think should be fucking headlining some fucking movies.
He should be huge.
Why isn't he?
Why isn't he?
Why isn't he? That's what people need to know.
Encino Man is one of the greatest movies ever made.
Yeah, we looked at some of his other work. Great
awesome
stuff. Great. Yeah.
He's serious. He can be a serious actor and he can be a comedy actor.
Dude's gonna fucking take off as soon as he goes on the podcast.
As soon as he goes on the podcast, Twitter will blow up and everyone will be like, "Whoa, we forgot all about this awesome motherfucker."
Yeah, we'll ask him the hard-hitting questions that will be able to parlay into possible upcoming roles for him.
Right. He needs representation.
Yeah.
Proper representation.
Yeah, and who better than proper representation than these two motherfuckers?
These two motherfuckers.
Who fucking clink.
I'll drink to that motherfucker.
I'll drink to that motherfucker too, man. That guy is gonna be it.
That guy's gonna be a huge star.
Yeah.
It's like fuck Joey from Friends.
Yeah.
He should have been 10 times bigger than Joey from Friends.
Dude, if he would have been Joey on Friends, I would have watched Friends.
I would have watched Friends.
I would have been like, okay, that fucking hilarious guy's gonna be on it. The fucking SHOOSH guy.
The SHOOSH guy.
He's gonna be on it.
Hush, please.
Hush, please.
Hush, please.
Instead of fucking Joey who says whatever. We got him confused with the Blossom guy.
Joey, whoa.
Whoa.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, kind of we both did.
Well, you know what? Some people are more white than the other people.
We're going to put this out here, though. We have this idea. It might not be a show, per se. It might just be a series of internet skits.
Yeah.
But if you're out there listening, Michael DeLuise.
Yeah, Michael DeLuise, I hope
we put you with Joey from Blossom or Joey from Friends. Probably easier to get Joey from Blossom. It's cheaper. And Dice.
And the Dice Man.
And you guys are brothers who relocate after being wise guys in Brooklyn to Portland, Oregon. And we put you in these situations where you are trying to capitalize on the medical marijuana boom. And you're trying to get your feet in there, get a dispensary. You're basically a cartbagging gangster ass motherfuckers from the East Coast who come out here to seek fortune and fame, and you know, you go do things out in Portland. You encounter hipster ass 20-year-olds with mustaches who's serving you coffee that's probably more fancy than the coffee you're accustomed to, and hilarity ensues.
Hey, you want this double mocaf cappuccino? Shush!
Shush! Hush, please. And then Joey, who's in the coffee shop, whoa! He drops his ceramic glass he was just pumping coffee into.
Dice,
and then
man.
Dice, of course, responds,
Oh!
The ceramic porcelain coffee mug just hit the ground and shattered, and you just fucking called this hipster barista on his shit.
Yeah.
And
what's the hipster barista gonna say?
Nothing.
He's never seen anything like this.
He
shit.
just got shushed woed,
and ode
all
in
in
once.
that fucking order.
Yeah.
And that's the gimmick of the show / 6-episode webisode. That's our concept.
Hollywood.
So Michael, if you're not getting properly represented, holler at your boy.
Because you know what,
Boys.
Michael? Yeah, if you're not getting properly represented,
you can get us at PA Podcast.
Yeah.
On Twitter.
On Twitter. Or else we're going to make a thing that's just fucking, that says Rusty Diamond. That's going to be on Facebook. It's not a South African porn star. It's the North American porn star, Rusty Diamond.
Not to be confused with Lusty Diamond.
Is he the...
He's your Japanese counterpart.
Oh, dude, he's a good guy, man. He's
Brother Lusty.
Brother Lusty.
Take a drink for Brother Lusty.
And you know what? But
bro,
no, we're going to be able to put him over.
We'll put you over like fucking...
You know what? He's not shit. It's going to be easy.
You're already over.
Yeah.
You're already over. Because anybody that has seen Encino Man knows how awesome you are, bro.
Right. And if they don't remember,
we'll
we show
remind
them that one scene and they're like, oh my god, it's that fucking guy.
Smack him upside the face with it.
Yeah.
We'll be like, damn, dude, this guy can do it all. He does slapstick. He can get caught up in a hammock.
Get caught up in the hammock.
He can fucking crash the prom. He delivers all the dope monologues.
Yeah. And you know who his daddy is? His
Dom
daddy's
fucking
Dom
DeLuise.
fucking DeLuise.
Of Cheech and Chong movie fame. Of Hollywood Squares fame.
Of Mel
Brooks movies fame.
Of
Ziploc commercial Glad fucking trash bag fame.
Yeah. Of Godfather's fame.
Godfather fame. He's just famous. Was he Maury? Did he play
Maury
Maury?
Povich from
No. There was a character named Maury with the alligators and he was a gangster in Godfather.
In Godfather, yeah.
Was that Dom DeLuise?
Yeah, he's the guy. Gotta make an offer you can't refuse. Isn't that him?
No, that's fucking Marlon Brando, dude.
Oh, Marlon Brando, dude.
But I'm pretty sure.
Guy? They're not the same guy.
I haven't seen the movies in like a grip, but if I recall, I think Dom DeLuise was like an underling gangster in The Godfather. And
I never saw The Godfather.
Oh shit, the 3's kind of hard to get through, but the first 2 are pretty dope. And yeah, he gets killed because I think he spends money when they were like, yo homie, don't spend money, lay low for a while. And then he's like buying crazy Cadillacs and like furs for his bitch.
Kind of like what happened.
I think his name was Maury.
Goodfellas.
He was like a shoe salesman. He sold like alligator shoes and shit.
And that's why he has the alligator thing.
I could be getting my gangster movies mixed up.
But he has a little baby alligator that poops on him when he's in, I think it's in Men in Tights, Robin Hood Men in Tights. And he has a little alligator that poops on him, so maybe that's what it's a little like Komodo dragon or some shit. And this probably is. And you know what, Mel Brooks, you should like stay alive.
R.I.P. to Dom.
Yeah, R.I.P. to Dom, and Mel Brooks should be alive for another 100 years.
I'm sorry about your pops, homie.
Yeah.
Please do our podcast. You'd be the biggest guest we've ever had on the public access podcast.
Right.
And
who else?
And you know, it might get more views than your frog poison cleanse video.
But you know what? If you ever want, I'll do the frog poison cleanse. If you come on this podcast, I will come down to Santa Monica and do
I'll
the
lick
frog
frogs.
cleanse.
I'll do anything to get you on this podcast,
yeah.
bro.
So you got both of us, man. And that's something.
And we're familiar with your work. We know your range as an actor. We think you're primed for a comeback. We may or may not be the guys to get you there, but either way, we want you on our podcast.
Yeah, we want you.
We will give you the greatest interview on a podcast you've ever had, dude. We will ask the tough questions. We'll ask the obscure questions. We will do our homework.
Yeah, we will fucking put you over because
we understand
we can.
You have a sense of humor, and we think we understand that sense of humor. We've been watching your YouTube videos all afternoon, which further cements how great your body of work has been.
Yeah, we didn't even stop. We're like, okay, because it was like,
we even watched
Michael
the YouTube
DeLuise.
video be made about your nephew and how awesome he is, and I bet give that kid 15 years, he'll be a star.
He'll be the next Michael DeLuise.
He'll be the next Michael DeLuise.
Yeah, because we're gonna make Michael DeLuise a household name again, like he was 20 years ago.
Because we are producers.
We are pop producers.
In the making. We have a production company.
A production company of epic proportions. Michael DeLuise, we'll be in touch with you, brother.
You gotta holler at our people.
Yeah.
And let us know how to get in touch with your people. And if you ain't got people,
we'll
we're
be
your
your people. Yeah.
So holler at your boy at PA Podcast. That's PAPODCAST at, well, on Twitter.
On Twitter. Or else look up Rusty Diamond, Portland, Oregon, comedy, DOA Pro Wrestling, somewhere in there. You're going to find me. And you can find, it'll have a link to the podcast. You can find
the radar, but you can find
public access podcast. It's the only public access podcast
in the world.
In the world.
Global.
You
could help us get our numbers up. You'd be doing something for the little guy, and you'd have a good time, and we'd laugh, and we can talk about, I don't know, maybe Pauly Shore, maybe how fun it was filming Encino Man.
Yeah.
You know.
Encino Man might come up.
What it's like directing a movie with your entire family. How awesome your hair was back in the day on Jump Street.
How awesome your hair was for a longer period of time.
How important it is to capitalize on having great hair while you still have it in terms of getting lots of ass.
Yeah. We hope you can.
We have 1,000 questions, and we hope you have answers.
Yeah.
Holler at your boy.
Yeah.
That's at PA Podcast on Twitter.
Michael DeLuise.
We're about to subscribe to your YouTube channel. Hope to hear from you soon, homie. And let me just say that
we're taking that gold.
Michael
DeLuise, we're coming for you.
No. I'm thinking monologue, dude. I'm thinking monologue. This Homer right here is taking you for a ride.
Yeah, and we're gonna give you that ride. We're gonna extend that ride.
He's not Linkovich
Tchaikovsky,
and he's not from Estonia. Do you want to know the truth? I know the truth.
Yeah.
You want to know the truth? Do you want to know what he really is? Dramatic pause. He's a caveman.